Not having Kanan here has been a lot. I feel like I'm reaching out for something that I can't quite get to. And it hurts. Everything I've done for him. I don't care what nobody got to say about it. Because it's real easy to judge shit from the outside. To look in on somebody else's life and point out where they fucking up. But when you in it, when you got to make life or death decisions for your child, you alone. Ain't nowhere to turn. Ain't nobody there to tell you what to do, so you do what you think is right. You gonna do whatever you gotta do to protect your child, Ju. Even if it means risking everything. Cause this shit ain't a short game. We ain't playing for tomorrow or next week or next month. The calls you make for your baby today gonna still be hitting hard 20 years from now. Short-term loss turn into a long-term gain. That's the hustle. That's the work.
Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 9, Antitrust. The Italians are out bowling, and Lulu is back on the plate to hit another home run on Jimmy, a.k.a. the Italians' capo.
Mm-hmm.
Power thinks they're slick as fuck by setting up a funeral scene, but Marvin is at the funeral. Turns out it was Renee that got hit.
Damn.
Definitely expected her to just get hit, not die. And, of course, Marvin had to let out a little thug tear.
That's sad, man.
Yeah.
They was about to change the game, man. Marvin was going to be a family man again, man.
For sure. But
she got my nigga. So, wait, hold on, man. So, the Italian hitter missed, clearly, and hit the girl instead of Marvin and went bowling?
Yep.
Come on, man. Did you report back to Sal and tell him that you missed?
No.
Definitely not out bowling. These niggas bold. Y'all don't think ain't nobody gonna touch y'all. Too bold.
Yeah. Sam the bum is pissing on a tree and gets arrested for stealing from Habib. He tries to give up info to get out of it, but cops ain't listening.
Hate this nigga, man. Hate this nigga, man. I can already tell, man. I could tell way back when he first seen, I'm like, man, bro gonna be a problem. And lo and behold, man.
Sheesh. We'll talk about that. Famous's landlord is wilding on bro, and Famous tries to offer his studio time, which reminds me that Famous still ain't been in the damn studio his damn self.
Famous would do anything to feed himself except work. He will do anything in this world except for work. That nigga will not work for nothing. I don't feel the slightest bit of sympathy for Famous at all. You sit around all day in that dirty ass house.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, is it a studio? Ain't no bedrooms in there? Y'all sleeping on the couch and by the door?
Yeah. Yep.
Bruh, y'all living hard, bruh. Y'all living like Sam.
You know what? Funny enough, yeah, they got a studio, and Palomar down the hallway got one bedroom because homegirl walked in on Kanan and Palomar, so they at least had a one bedroom. No, they got a studio.
Bruh. You gotta chill, bruh. You gotta chill. You will do anything in this world except for work, Famous.
Yeah. Yep. Rock gets the house with the homeowners association lady, and it's not what she wanted because she wanted Kanan to be there as well.
Yeah, bro, ain't nobody fucking with you like that, bro. Nobody fucking with you like that.
Her and her homies, when referring to Rock and her gang, and yet another N-word fly at the Italians meeting as they try to decide what to do about Jimmy getting capped.
Heard another nigga, heard a moolie.
Yeah.
Damn, fam. That's crazy, Power Writers Room.
Yeah, no, the Italians are getting all
that
the good
is
slurs.
Nuts.
They're getting all the good slurs off, and meanwhile, we get pizza motherfuckers.
Those pizza motherfuckers.
The cops still won't listen to Sam the Bum, but they do bring Burke into the fold. After referring to Kanan, Burke seems interested despite him giving false information before.
She want to die so bad. She don't even know what and who she fucking with. Like, she wants her fucking world to implode. I don't understand it. I don't get what's going on with Burke.
Despite all of the signs that she should stop.
Your boss said you should stop. Your girlfriend said you should stop. Your partner is not giving you any of this information.
Howard is clearly 2 steps ahead of you at every turn.
Like, just quit it. I think we can throw away that idea that she's IA. We can toss that in the trash. She's not actually a very good cop. But she understands that why she got her job.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a way of like, I don't even think it's like proving that she's a good cop. I think this is her way of rubbing everybody's nose in it. Like, oh, y'all just think I'm a nepotism hire. Y'all treating me like I'm a object, like I'm a tool. Well, I'm gonna turn this whole motherfucker on his head, and then everybody gonna be looking at me like I'm a force. You gonna have to respect me.
She's being consumed by it.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. She's making some pretty loose decisions.
Yeah, yep.
Bodies drop very often in Power. You could be one.
For sure.
You could be one.
For sure. Zisa is in the studio with Cartier and Lou. The new song sounds like Faith Evans if Faith Evans was ass on the mic. Just god-awful rendition of her song.
This is Cartier for Reed's project now, as you can see.
Yeah.
My boy on the switches.
Yep.
Telling Lou how it should sound.
Mm-hmm. He is in the mix for sure, literally. Famous comes in and tries to get the studio time for his landlord. Lou seems to be cool, but Cartier sounds like he ain't really with it. A hilarious conversation ensues as Cartier pushes him out the door, and that's when Cartier explains that despite being a silent partner, he ain't exactly going to be silent about it.
Shit, money talks, nigga. Nigga, I knew that deal was going to last about as long as that episode.
Rock has a convo with Juke about what happened with LaToya Luckett and Kanan. Through the convo she has about what she's going through with Kanan, Rock tries to explain what Marvin has been trying to do for Juke. So she's sitting there having a conversation about...
I didn't even get that. I didn't even think that was supposed to be...
I don't think Rock maybe did it intentionally, but I think the writing was supposed to be, these are 2 similar things.
Sure.
So through explaining what it takes to be a parent and what sacrifices need to be made, she's essentially explaining what Marvin is trying to do for Juke.
Yeah.
Howard is a Muslim. Didn't see that coming. Strange that Kanan literally says, I didn't know you were Muslim, as he's in the mosque praying. And after watching him clean himself off.
We gotta get into the dialogue, man. We gotta get into the dialogue. It's a very, very elementary writing, but
I just thought it was weird that he asked it was already in.
It's hand holding dialogue. They're literally trying to spoon feed you the story through the dialogue at that point. Obviously we can see it. We know that he's understanding it most likely for the first time because it's the first time we've seen it. Mm-hmm. Context clues work better than dialogue sometimes. I think a lot of writers struggle with that.
Yeah.
But, that's a light.
Yeah.
That's a light one.
For sure. Kanan has a conversation with Howard about everything. Not needing the test to prove anything. Kanan's distrust in Rock. And Kanan attempts to have a convo about the shooting itself, which Howard shuts down quickly.
I don't know which way to call this thing with Howard, man, but I feel like we too late into the season for it to be a villainous motivation or he was the bad guy all along kind of thing, mm-hmm. Especially because he's still holding tight on this whole my son shot me shit. So mm-hmm. They kind of got into what we were talking about last week about Howard establishing who was wrong in the conceiving of Kanan. He kind of touched on it a little bit. He was like, look, man, I can't answer specific questions about what your mom knew and this, that, and the third. It's not fair to her or you. Yeah. Like, you got to get that out through her. Like, I feel like they were edging that way, but we still got a finale to get through. So I think they'll completely flesh out what the relationship was between Howard and Rock beyond what we already know, obviously, in the final episode of this season. So they didn't completely get to the point because I think he didn't want to give his perspective without his mom actually admitting it to Kanan first. Mm-hmm.
And they're definitely having conversations that are at least gearing towards that. At the very least,
it's very realistic, man. I feel like most shows would have had this. Oh, they had a reconciliation moment. He's spending time with him. And that probably would have taken 2 episodes. Yeah. Most shows would have handled it that way. They found a way to make it make sense that it lasted the whole season.
And they took it from the shooting to now they're at least talking.
Yeah.
Sam the bum is pissed, but Burke comes to calm him down and he spills everything. Problem is, A, she's not supposed to be doing this shit anymore. And B, he's a fucking junkie.
Dog, that work will make you do some crazy shit. So you don't think it was nobody behind that? And then you gonna have to get on a stand? You gotta get sober? Sam, you wasn't thinking none of this through.
Yeah.
But then again, it's kind of hard to think when you, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to think. So, on one side, it's like he's not credible at all. I don't think any DA is going to willingly put him on a stand and testify to any of this. Let alone, why would Sam do that once he finds out what's at stake and who he's talking about?
Yeah. And he's already given conflicting information before.
Yeah, he's already given a statement, and he's a junkie. I don't know. Like, I guess I get it from Bert's perspective because you finally got a confirmation of a theory that you have been thinking this whole time. So it's kind of hard to just throw it away. But at the same time, it's like, what is the end game here? Just to send Howard to jail? To send Kanan to jail? For shooting Howard? His son? Like, I think she says to Shannon, or not Shannon, or wait, is it Shannon? Is that her girlfriend's name? Or is she Shannon?
I was thinking maybe she's Shannon, but I can't remember now.
Whatever. Anyways,
Shannon Burke.
Her girlfriend was telling her, like, this is not it. This ain't gonna make you no friends. It's not gonna move you up the ladder. It's not gonna prove nothing to nobody. Like, you're literally just asking for a headache.
Not even the first time she said this, by the way.
Yeah, like, what is it that you're gaining? I think she said back to her, like, I just want to make sure it didn't blow up in my face. Before you started this punk ass crusade, you had absolutely nothing to do with this. Nothing. Your fingers were nowhere near any of this. Now you got a whole internal affairs investigation on your ass.
Mm-hmm. She had deniable plausibility.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know my partner was doing any of this shit. I just got assigned to him.
I literally just started working with him.
Stupid.
Now you mixed up in all kind of bullshit you didn't need to.
Yep. And since we already kind of talked about it, she attempts to ask the Cap's opinion on how she should move forward in a discreet manner, of course, but it seems like bro got internal affairs on speed dial. Possibly for her.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wonder, so he called internal affairs to say what, though?
Yeah, they didn't really.
Like, to say what? Because I guess, I don't know, maybe a connection between the dude that showed up at Nicole's dad's house later? But then what could he have possibly said to that guy that would have made him go back to, what could he possibly have said? Go talk to the girl's father again. Try to move this up on Burke.
Well, didn't the captain already say that? Oh, no, that was the mom.
Yeah, the mom was pissed about it. He told Howard that the dad was picking up the crusade.
Yeah.
But that was after Howard had already gone and talked to him, so we know why that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder what he said.
For sure. Rock meets up with bro from Maryland to bail out his guy. Seems like maybe Rock had a deal on her hand if she can convince Cartier to back off. Or maybe some other method.
Well, I think he was very clear about what he wanted.
I mean, yeah.
He was very clear about what he wanted. Like,
well, because he didn't necessarily believe that Cartier would just be like, sure, go ahead and take what's mine.
Right.
Sam the Bum is going through mad withdrawals. Seems like bro is getting out because the police don't give a shit anymore. Burke tries to stop it. Howard hears about what's going on. The bum decides that since he's getting let out, he doesn't need her bullshit, but she offers to pay him, which entices him, of course.
This goofy ass nigga, man, bro. You doing, oh my goodness.
Marvin and Juke meet up, and Juke asks about the funeral. Juke explains to Marvin that there's nothing wrong with crying, and that's when Marvin opens up about how he feels about everything. Then he explains that he'll try to do good by Juke. Juke explains that he can't do right by her until he does right by himself. Marvin might actually still get cat by the end of the season, because that shit had me like, man, he's undergone this full character redemption arc. There's nothing left for
Yeah,
him.
I just it's either it feels like death or regression at this point, right?
Yeah.
But I think he can still have some. Well, I don't know. Yeah, the way that this story is going, it feels like it's either leading towards death or regression.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're right, he has kind of reached the peak of his maturation. Like he's apologizing. He's self-aware. He has control of his anger, and even in the midst of losing somebody he cared about, somebody that meant something to him, in relation to all of that maturation, he's still strong. See, I thought, boom, we right back to Mad Marvin after y'all killed Homegirl. Nah, it wasn't like that. Like he's still resolved. He's obviously sad over the loss, but he hasn't given up on what it is he was trying to do prior to her death. So to have something that harsh go happen and him staying on this beeline, that either means something stronger, even stronger than that, is going to kick him back the other direction, or maybe it gets halted. I hope not, because I like the Marvin character.
Not only has the Marvin progression throughout this season been a focal point, but it's been like the best thing about the season, it seems like.
Yeah.
And so that only feels like it's going to lead to some sort of demise.
It doesn't seem like there's another level for him to get to, right? He's reconciled with Juke. He's kind of fixed some of his character flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the next level of growth for the character? You know what I mean? That's why I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Rock and Cartier on date number 5, and I don't believe Cartier has gotten the box yet at all, because Rock is like, nah, nigga, chill out. Cartier offers her a business proposal to potentially help her expand, but he owns 50% of what she has. So it's like, that doesn't sound like a good
trying
deal.
to move them pieces, boy. But see, he don't understand he's out leveraged at this point. He's
Absolutely.
not. He ain't seeing the whole board now. He's so enamored and caught up in himself. Not even Rock himself.
But he thinks he has a control over that situation. The only thing he hasn't gotten from her is
the whole situation with Rock was probably the final piece to the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Getting in her business. Like, I'm already in this record label. Let me get into you too. And you know what? Your boy, Lou. I think Lou probably got hip to that shit. He probably seen the way the wind was going and was like, yeah, I ain't doing another Crown Camacho. So we go ahead and take care of this. And it just so happens to line up perfectly with what Rock needs to happen.
Yeah.
So instead of drawing this out and letting it be a thing where you regain leverage over us, we got the leverage now. Let's take it.
For sure. Huncho meets with Unique about everything that's happened, and while Unique says he ain't down with Marvin, Marco did agree to do the crime that got him clapped. Huncho has now expanded his racial slur vocabulary to include Mooly in front of Unique, which was kind of wild. Unique says that he doesn't know if he should get involved because that'll make him a snitch. Interestingly enough, Unique now has a target on his back, essentially for Rock.
Let's look at the parallel. I think that's a chess move, but let's look at the parallels though.
I think it's a chess move too.
When faced with the same type of problems and the same set of options, what Rock chooses to do and what Unique chose to do. Rock took the easy way out. Shot a nigga, blamed it on Unique.
Mm-hmm.
Set him up. She didn't snitch, but she set him up.
Yeah.
Now, what about DEFCON? Ooh. Did she snitch on DEFCON? It's seeming like it.
Possibly.
It's seeming like it. So there's just the parallel between the two. Two people, similar decisions, similar paths. One goes to the left of the fort, the other one goes to the right. Because Unique straight up said, look, man, we good. We cool, Sal. You know this, baby. But I ain't about to be no snitch for you. Can't do that. I ain't going out like that. I won't call, I mean, commendable, maybe?
One is loyal to his values. The other person is loyal to
themselves.
wanting to move up.
Their ambition.
At any cost.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie pulls up to the pizza spot. Kanan and Famous were also there, and Kanan decides to flex on bro unnecessarily. I was like, damn, Kanan, what, like, yeah, you know what it is, nigga.
I don't know, man. If a nigga ever robbed me and I catch up to him, I'm probably going, and I beat your ass like that, I'll probably flex. And he's mighty healed, by the way. You wouldn't have thought anything happened to that man.
Yeah.
No bruises, nothing.
Nothing. Power gives us a dose of lady love with Burke and her other partner. I'm starting to think that these two literally don't do anything but fucking talk about Howard. That is all they do. That's all they ever do. Marvin thanks Lou for going up to bat for him. Lou also lies about who killed Crown after Rock walks in.
Why? Yeah, why, bro? But I guess it don't matter now that one half of the people that know about it, Zisa's still there.
Yeah.
Now that's going to be an interesting thing. How does Zisa take the news of Cartier being out? Now, if Zisa disappear, y'all know what I thought about her ass is true. If she up and bolt after she find out Cartier dead,
then
yup, they was on some bullshit.
For sure.
She gonna make a phone call. Cartier's dead. What do we do now?
Yeah. They try to plan out how they can make the Italians bleed. Rock mentions that Marvin's got to basically tie up loose ends and cap Sam the bum.
She definitely told him to cash that nigga out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that means fill his pockets.
Yeah. Yep. Cashing his chips for good.
Yeah, I don't think they meant fill his pockets.
At all. The Italians seem to be watching out the crib, ready to make their move, and they see that Rock's got security outside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Famous dips out of his crib while Kanan is asleep on the couch. Apparently, he wants to grab a gat from Palomar, but he doesn't exactly know the best way to ask for it the way he talking. Famous is about to go do some dumbass shit.
This nigga would do absolutely anything but work. This is madness, y'all. Not like I won't rant about it too long, but I'm low key kind of pissed that they set this up like this. People don't go and grab guns before they go get a 9-to-5.
1,000%.
Like
that's
at
an extreme desperation move.
At very least, have Marvin or Unique or Warrell or somebody put me on. I'll go stand on the corner. They'll do that before they go be a stick up boy.
For robbing someone, yeah.
Come.
Yep.
This nigga will do absolutely anything but work.
Mm-hmm.
Including murder.
Yeah. Nicole's dad is trying to get Juke to give any information about Burke because apparently Howard told bro that Nicole got the drugs from Burke.
And she knows that shit's not true.
Mm-hmm. Who told you that? Howard?
I think she did what she was supposed to.
I agree.
Mind your fucking business and leave.
I agree.
Because you don't have no extra loyalty to fucking Burke. Burke used you for information. That's it. She don't give a fuck about you.
Well, not only that, but Burke did find Homegirl's mom, but then that turned out to be shit. So that doesn't really help Juke in the long run.
No. She owes Burke. And she knows that. She told her that. You owe me.
But
so
I mean,
now,
if it didn't work out, do you think that's still...
She don't want to owe nobody. So that's going to be her impetus to giving Burke. Which, I mean, if Burke really put two brain cells together, she would be able to tell who it is that's trying to stop her behind the scenes.
She's consumed by the other aspect of all of this.
I'm saying once she find out, it's not going to be this big revelation that she's going to be able to use against Howard. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's just going to kind of be like, oh, shit, well, I guess he knows now, so.
Yeah.
But Juke will give her that information as a way to say, hey, yo, we good now. I'm washing my hands of you.
Yeah, for sure. Sam the bum is walking around and Marvin pulls up on him, offering him jumbos for a job he needs help with. Famous pulls up to try to rob Freddie, and Freddie ain't going for it. Famous soon finds out that if you pull that shit, you better let it go. Thankfully for him, he let that shit go into Homeboy's chest. And now bro finally has some shit to rap about. Unfortunately, someone apparently saw and heard the whole thing.
Called this nigga's name out and everything.
Mm-hmm. I know it's you, Famous. Rap. It's a rap.
I mean, not necessarily, because he didn't respond back. He ain't say shit back after that. He said, I know it's you, Famous, but my face was covered, so nobody actually saw me. And I didn't confirm that it was actually me because I was so scared I was doodling my pants.
Now, that is very true. But if a witness heard, I know it's you famous, that at least makes him.
No, it makes him a
person.
suspect. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it, well, let's see, now we got to think about who we're talking about, because if you smart and you know the law, you just shut up and get you a lawyer and you play it out, because again, you obviously, I hope you threw that gun away and nobody actually saw you do it. Ain't no cameras in them buildings either.
Interestingly enough, he doesn't have to throw the gun away.
Just give it back to Palomar. Hey, that would be the ultimate grimy move.
It would.
Oh my God. Put a body, give it back.
But unfortunately, there's really no connection from Palomar to Freddie.
Yeah, I don't know how they would ever get it, but just the simple fact that, like, them reports last forever.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
You better not ever do nothing you ain't supposed to with that fucking gun, or it's over.
That's a fact. That is definitely a fact.
Don't even get caught with it.
Oh, and said witness was also the guy who, the person across the hall.
Who saw Kanan beating up Freddie.
And saw Famous there too. So
and Famous said his fucking name too. Kanan, we gotta go. Come on, Kanan.
Crazy.
Damn, bro. Damn, Famous. Damn.
Tough. Juke and Kanan finally addressed the fact that Howard and Rock is kind of like Palomar and Kanan, even if Kanan doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be Jukebox that brought that up to him. I kind of didn't want it to be Jukebox. But since she's privy to both situations, it made, it lends itself to being her more than likely.
And they didn't skip around the fact that, like, what y'all are doing is the same thing and it's both wrong.
Yeah, because I kind of felt like, and maybe this could have just been my interpretation, it was like what you did or what Howard did to your mom was wrong. And what that woman did to you was wrong, but it left that whole autonomy thing out of it, I felt like. I mean, maybe I could have been misinterpreting, but it didn't feel like she was telling Kanan what you are doing is wrong.
Yeah.
The relationship that you was engaging in was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The responsibility part only really comes in to me when Howard establishes that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise, it just feels like she's trying to blame somebody for something. It didn't. I don't know. Maybe it worked for other people. I felt like it would have been more effective coming for Howard. Coming from Howard.
I agree. Burke is looking for Sam, and she asks a homeless woman. Homeless woman tells Burke to go find him then, bitch. I was like, yo, why? Like, I guess, there's probably a distrust for cops, especially if
why
you're homeless.
Why do Burke think people want to talk to her? She just be, hey, you seen Sam? Get your ass out of here, 12.
Whew, yeah, nah, she was just like, nah, bitch, get away from me.
He said he was going to be around here.
I don't give a fuck.
Why do Lois Griffin think she
I got other problems to deal with?
Walk up to the Tweaks and start a conversation.
Like, shit, cool. Oh, man. Turns out Marvin ain't gonna kill Sam the Bum, and he wants him to get on the bus and get gone. After a deep heart-to-heart, that nigga Sam clearly ain't listened to a word Marvin said.
That nigga got one block away from that bus station and got the fuck off.
What's crazy is I definitely still expected Marvin to kind of
follow the bus and make sure that this nigga actually got out of town.
At least for a little bit.
Like, if I have that much trepidation and be like, hey, look, don't do nothing stupid with this money. Like, I already know this is a bad idea to even give you this. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to be better, so I want you to be better. It's just not... Do it to the next guy, just not him. Also, I don't think Rock let Marvin know why Sam needed to go.
Yeah. Yep.
And if he would have known, this probably wouldn't have went like this.
Mm-hmm. He was clearly still kind of broken up about having to kill somebody after the whole Renee situation.
Yeah.
But I guess I just felt like since we're going through a whole redemption, that he would at least think about the possibility that he wouldn't want to take that route because he's a junkie. And
he's so fucking stupid. What do you think you about to do? You just about to smoke it and die anyways, huh? You couldn't do that in another city?
The crazy thing is the nigga clearly told you, look, you're in trouble. Like, you've got shit to deal with now.
It's either this or I got to take care of you if I ever see you again, bro. Like, And you back on the block? Do you think you invisible? You think that dope gonna turn you invisible?
Despite a cop clearly being desperate for information and wanting you.
Fam, you got
around.
multiple people looking for you. You
know
walking
what I mean?
around, you got cash in your pocket, bro. Oh my god, bro, it's gonna be a disaster.
1000%.
Hopefully, Howard find his ass first.
Yeah.
Listen to us,
Sure.
but he gotta go.
Yeah. Cartier walks into his penthouse suite and the doorman alerts whoever is upstairs that he's coming up. Cartier makes it to the 8th floor and meets Rock and Lou. Before saying, bitch, fuck you and your family, I do think it's important that he mentioned that they don't even trust each other. And all she mustered up is that they're family.
We family.
That distrust, I feel like, that he mentioned will eventually lead to some sort
You
of
think
demise.
so?
Maybe not by the end of this season, but the distrust there is worth mentioning. And I feel like they included that for a reason.
Well, it certainly isn't going to play a role in this season because, we getting ready to wrap this one up. But maybe going forward. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't expect these 3 siblings to still be alive at this point in this show going into season 3. So
Sure. 1,000%.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. They've been stronger than any family that we've seen in Power so far.
Mm-hmm.
Much stronger than Ghost and Tommy. I mean, definitively stronger than Ghost and Kanan. I don't even think that goes without saying.
Yeah. I feel like the promotion going into this
Did I
season
say more stronger?
Probably.
Stronger.
Didn't
Sorry.
even catch it. I feel like the promotion going into this season, if I remember correctly, was about them being family and having to be there for family. Therefore, to twist the next season into, there's so much distrust going on because of maybe whatever happens in the season 3 or season 2 finale. It just kind of lends itself to each other, and him specifically saying that before he dies, and her just responding, "Oh, we family."
I'm trying to get that snowfall on.
I think, but Snowfall is just much better at writing.
Oh, we ain't gotta do that right now.
All right, fine enough. Episode 10 preview. Famous and Kanan hit the block after his dumbass wet up Freddy. Burke steps to Kanan. And amongst the war with the Italians, it does seem that Lou and Rock do end up having some kind of tension, and Marvin being the voice of reason between them.
I don't know if he was the voice of reason because I definitely seen him busting out the door with a K. So
Well,
I don't know how much reason he brought to the situation.
he has to do his job, but I think between whatever, and you know what, honestly, because trailers kind of mislead a little bit, maybe that has nothing to do with there. But it kind of seemed like they were having some kind of tension, and then Marvin said what he said, and so again, could be
yeah.
all
I
speculation.
mean, Famous, he'll probably be somewhere sleeping or smoking weed next episode.
He shouldn't be. He should be worried.
Burke wants to get murdered. She don't want to just lose her job. She wants to die now.
Yes.
So you're gonna go to Kanan and tell him. You're gonna go to a 15-year-old, right, and be like, "Hey, I know everything, Kanan. We know everything. I'm a cop. I know everything." What do you think Kanan's gonna do?
And then tell one of his parents.
Yeah, and then when he does that, what the fuck do you think gonna happen to you, Burke?
You dead.
Why do y'all think y'all are bulletproof? I don't get it. I don't get it. And watch, she gonna be walking her happy ass out with her girlfriend somewhere out on the street right after she do it. Now I know everything, Kanan. You think about that. I'm gonna take a walk through Central Park.
You know what my problem is, and maybe this is just I'm a little skeptical because of how Force ended. She's walking with her lady friend, and how Marvin's situation ended. She's walking with her lady friend, and the lady friend gets shot, and now Burke in season 3 is back for vengeance. I'd be so pissed if that happens.
Not back for vengeance.
I'd be so mad. She's back and bigger than ever. Like
She
stop.
cannot survive this season, both being on the police force and being alive. So you're gonna have to choose one.
That's fair. She does have possibly internal affairs on
She's
her ass.
literally
so.
either going to get fired or killed.
Well, ultimately, if she ends up still being a character somehow in this after this season, I'll probably be a little bit disappointed.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. When I seen Famous go knock on Parliament's door, I thought he was about to go try to smack for some money. I thought he was about to go smack.
You know what? I kind of thought there was going to be something there as well.
I'm like, damn, Famous, you'll sell ass before you go get a job.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
Bro, that's procrastination of another scale. Like, I choose prostitution over a 9 to 5.
Streets need a body here at your service.
Bruh. Good Lord.
Any thoughts on episode 9 or anything going into episode 10?
That's it for me, man. Give us your thoughts on this week's episode 9 of season 2 of Raising Kanan. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and come back next week for the review of the finale, episode 10.
Absolutely. And let us know your comments on what you think might happen in the finale. Also, make sure you check out our season recaps. We've done every episode from 1 through 9, as well as Power Book 4 Force and Power Book 2 Ghosts. And make sure you subscribe for more because, like you said, we're going to recap the season finale as well as whatever happens with the next Power spinoff.